Yeah, so Mondami and Adams, that's Cuomo's problem. So if Cuomo and his brother Mike and his dad, who was the governor, if they don't want the Tappan Zee Bridge blown up, named after some fucking Dutch thing, then the Cuomos and the family people, they need to take care of this shit. Or her uncle's dead and I don't know. Cuomo will be Italian persona non grata? We'll go back to Rome or Sicily then and get the fuck out of New York if you're no Italian. I know you're not. Well, I don't think you've passed the interview for anybody who's seen you. Like you're a disgrace. Cuomo, little tiny man with Adams and Mom Dummy around and you're doing nothing. What are you doing? Or they got you hostage held somewhere? Do you need a rescue mission? If you do, y'all send somebody to see me. I'll get you rescued if you need that. Otherwise, you shouldn't be seen on television at all. CBS? Out in New York City? Are you kidding me? Oh, I don't see it on there. Why are you seen on there? Are you all right? Do you need some resuscitation or you need a visitation? Well, you need a little prayer or Holy Ghost thing. You need a priest to put holy water or something on you. You infected with you get some kind of infection thing or something. What do you got? I mean, really. I mean, your father, go on. I mean, come on. I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't think anybody understands it. I'm not an understanding kind of man. I'm not. I don't need to understand. Understand? Well, if you're under, you need an undertaker because you can't stand up anymore. So you can either stand up and be a man or a stand-up man or we'll simply call it an undertaker. No, an embalmer. Yeah, no undertakers. An embalmer to make sure that the embalmer's job is done, you know. Well, the embalmer's really good. They put your body out on a thing, you know, privately at a venereal home. And, well, some people make sure that you're there and dead, you know, make sure you're really dead. They hold a little mirror up and see if there's any, you know, thing on there. And when they don't see anything coming on the mirror, well, because they already got you wrapped up on the head, you know, like a mummy, well, then they will cut you open and take out all your guts and drain out all your blood. And then they put this green shit in there too. I don't know why they do that, but embalmers, you know. Well, there's plenty of embalmers around and plenty of places to, you know. Well, what do they used to say? You stab 'em, we slab 'em. And do you need to see the orthodontist or something? You need a tooth doctor. You got a toothache or something? Well, if you got a toothache, just put a big white thing around and put that on your mouth. And I don't know, put some, I don't know, ice pack or something. A pack with thing? A pack you put ice down in there? We used to get them from thermos. Well, working men carried a thermos. A metal thing. And you open that up, and inside there was a thing that had glass in there. And you said, my mom man put coffee in there. Coffee. And a box in it on the top. And he put his lunch in there and closed that up and went to work. And those came from thermos. Well, that's what factory used to be in Norwich. Now it's some kind of condo kind of things. Well, everything was good for the country. Well, I had thermos all the way in Abingdon. Well, my uncle did. So obviously there was good things going on. If I lived in Abingdon, Illinois, and there was a place called Thermos in Norwich, Connecticut, that made these metal things with glass inside of it. And then you screw that down and kept your coffee hot so you could work in the factories, things that were all way out there. Yeah, and I just say, they didn't have those factories like it was where I grew up. Or a place called Admirals that made, I guess, refrigerators and freezers, and Gates Rubber that made hose, like all kinds of hose, rubber hose. I had mesh, mesh inside of it and on the side with fittings all nice and everything. Well, they made that at Gale's place. They made lawnmowers, freezers, refrigerators, all these things in Galesburg, Illinois. Well, there was a big hump yard. I guess it's still there. There's so many railroad tracks and things. I don't know. I didn't hang out at the railroad hump yard. I wasn't a railroad man. I wasn't a yard man at the railroad place where the trains would come in, bringing all these boxcars, big boxcars, and other little cars that had all kinds of oil and things and gasoline and all the things you need for manufacturing. And then big boxcars. Well, I think those carried wheat and grain and food. I mean, I believe so. Well, in my little town, they had a granary where the railroad came down, and there was a siding track. And the train would break apart, and then they would just simply, unless 2 or 3 cars, and they go, slide down and stop. And then there was a place, and the farmers would go out and get their corn primarily, and that would all be taken care of somehow. And then they come there, and so they put the ears in there, corn somehow, and they'd all go into a silo metal thing and set in there corn that came off a cob somehow, and then that would come out of there and go in there and down in there, and they bring these trucks full of these things here, yeah, and at that place, then they'd get and go into the boxcars, and other things would come and go other places. Yeah, I mean, agribusiness or agricultural business, corn and soybeans for miles and miles and miles in all directions from where I live. Well, I detasseled corn for a family called Green, I think was their name. I don't know, Green. I did that during the summer. Yeah, for cash. But going. At detasseling time, when you had to walk the rows of corn and take the tassels off in a field of corn that was just going to be used for not popcorn, corn. Oh yeah, walk bean rows. A bunch of kids in the summer just get cash whenever. Walk rows of beans. I spent a lot of time with this family, a few summers. Yeah, I helped them. Me and some other young people, well, we helped them put together a new silo, even, on one of their farms. They wanted another silo. So they had the concrete poured. Well, young guys like me did that shit. To help out. Not just me, a lot of people. I wasn't in the Future Farmers of America. I didn't do 4-H. Well, we had those things. Well, I didn't do those things. Because most of the guys that did the blue corduroy jacket things with the name embroidered on them, the Future Farmers of America, young men, well, they were all lived on farms, lived on the farm, and their parents did. They are future farmers. Well, I lived in the city. I was a city slicker, I guess. Yeah. An intelligentsia, a city slicker guy, just a brainiac. Yeah, but I did all those other things too. I had biology until every year. all kind of dissected. Well, we started with insects and worked our way up to a cat. Cats. That was the big dissection project for biology. Oh, a little pig, and the cat was the big thing. Had the hair on it and everything. Just take it out of the bag. And you worked in teams and you dissected a whole cat. All pinned it back and all the whole thing. All the parts inside the cat and everything. Yeah, oh, cat. Yeah, kitty cat. Whatever. A cat. I don't know. Well, above that, well, the next thing I'd have to do is a cadaver. A cadaver? Well, if you go to medical school and you are supposed to operate on people, but people are supposed to consciously donate their body to science. And then that is supposed to be bodies that can be used for medical school people to learn how to do operations and things on cadavers first before they can cut on your body. I mean, a living person, I mean, people who donated their body. I mean, on a real up and up, legally binding shit. I'm talking like science, like medicine, the real thing. That sounds stupid, me talking like that, but I think it's, wow. I mean, the fact that we're having this conversation at all, like this, and this is going to get posted up onto YouTube is, wow, YouTube. My grandmother, Harriet, in our house, simply called it the boob tube. Boob tube. And we had 4, 6, and ABC, NBC, and CBS. You call it the boob tube. Sit back from that television. Don't sit too close. You'll hurt your eyes. I mean, we had rules about even looking at that thing. Well, we did. I had to be in bed by 9 o'clock. I mean, there's a lot of rules, but they weren't rules. I don't know. Well, it's just, I don't get it. Television through a satellite from the sky beamed down to a dish. Came to Abingdon, Illinois when I was alive and not in high school yet. Well, we had an antenna at our house that got through the air, and we still had that antenna thing too. I mean, then we got this thing that used to be an A&W root beer joint, a real thing, and that became the place where satellite was. A white dish pointing up to the sky. Down the sky, in outer space, orbit around the earth, pointing down, tapping to our place right there, do that thing. And then they put things on the poles from there and went all around the town. And we waited. Well, when was this thing going to come to the house? Whatever. I mean, nobody cared. I didn't. But it came to the town anyway. I don't know. Well, it did. I mean, I don't know. But I know one thing. The city council, Mayor Sam Mangieri and the aldermen, they're in charge of that. They had to consent on behalf of Abingdon for these wooden poles that were along the street, for this extra wire to go up there. Well, electricity was at the top. I mean, somebody had to prove that too, And there was telephone, copper wire. Well, somebody in Abingdon had to prove that too, for that to go on those poles. And in Abingdon, they had to have the money to put the sewer in, but it was sort of a planned kind of a town anyway. I mean, it was laid out by a guy named Abram Schwartz or Schwartz and somebody else mapped that all out. We lived in Galesburg, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I know it's like, well, it's so simple for me to be so, well, embracing of the wonderfulness of the law. Is not lawless here in the city of New York, but I mean, it just sort of seems like, well, the date of an election doesn't matter too much. It seems like there's campaigning all the time, and it doesn't seem like there's a popularity contest of any kind. I don't know how you measure that anyway. And I guess there's just a lot of people here. I mean, I really don't know how many people. There's no count of how many people there are here either. Maybe there never has been. I mean, I really don't know. But I know who I am and what I'm doing and what I'm all about. I'll guarantee you one thing. If you can get to 280 East 21st Street at Albemarle and my building's there with a green thing, oh, good fucking luck. You can get to there. Well, then you're going to be at the door and it's glass. And you're going to look around and you're going to see this little panel to the right. And you're going to look. There's no names on there. You'd have to know what. Oh, I'm 4A, I guess. Yeah, I'm 4A. Well, then look at that thing and press for 4A. Well, I ain't going to reply or anything. Because that one outside my door where you can touch that, well, I have to program my phone that I have in my hand somehow, somewhere, so that when you press that button out there, it causes my phone to ring in my hand. And then I'm supposed to say, answer the phone and say, oh, hello. Hello. And what is that? Oh, that's pretty stupid. So that ain't going to work out. I mean, you can get in, I guess. If somebody lets you come in while you're standing there, I guess if you want to do that, come up to 4A, go right ahead. But as soon as you come in the building and the elevator's there, if you look to the right and the left and look, you're going to see right on the wall there a pipe that goes up. Oh, drilled right through the concrete floor. I mean, if you look that close, it's a really professional job. Yeah, right through the concrete, right on there and up. You're going to see a camera there and a camera over there. So you want to do all that and be on camera and ride up on an elevator and hope it goes up and not down 3 basements lower in case or something. I mean, there's a camera inside there too. And just because you press a button in the elevator, and when you open that door and close it, that thing closes. Well, you can press whatever button you want, but the elevator's going to... Oh, you'll get in the elevator and ride up to the floor. I don't do that usually. Oh, you're going to get in the elevator, are you? And press 4. And you think it's going to go up to 4 or down to 4? Or, well, what if it goes up to 6? I'm not sure if it says 6 in there or not. But there's a 6th floor. Well, just press 6 then. Press 2 or 5 or 1. Or, well, there's a level below 1. I don't know if there's a thing on the elevator, but it does go down farther. At least 1 more, 2 more levels down. I'm not sure how many levels down it goes, but it goes from 1 up to 6. I don't know if you can get to 6, you're doing good. 1 through 6, well, at least you're above ground. I don't know how many below ground there are. I have no idea. I've been down at least 1 or 2 levels myself. At least 1 level on the elevator, maybe another level down. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know what your buildings are like, but hey, come on and see me sometime. Well, you'd have to ride the train. Well, you could take the B or Q Monday through Friday. But the B doesn't run on Saturday and Sunday. And you could get off at church. You could get off at the platform. But you can go walk up the platform one way or the platform the other way. Well, you'd have to know which way to go. which way to get off the train? I mean, you get off the train, you're going to go left or right. There's an exit at both ends. But then you have to figure out which one of those is the right, because it's Church Avenue. Well, one has Church Avenue and the other is another avenue. And then you have to know where you were there, and then you have to do that right. And then you have to walk a number of places to get to 21st Street. Well, it's East 21st, but you have to go left or right. I don't know what's east or west and all that kind of thing. So. Well, there's cameras everywhere. So the whole subway system, too. I mean, there are. I mean, since 9/11, a lot of security around here. Because what was so tragically happened, all those lives lost, was very serious. Well, you better walk like you know where you're going in New York City. You can be a tourist and hang around Times Square and get drunk and whatever crazy bullshit. I don't know what they do down there. It gets really crazy sometimes. I really don't know. I tend to not. Well, when I'm down there, it's all really good and everything's good and great, but just sometimes you just sort of like, oh, well, wait a minute, I just sort of got a feeling, well, I don't have the program, always, but, I just know when I got to sort of, but just go do something else. I just don't feel like going up there. I don't know. I got a feeling of some sort. So if you can navigate all of that, well, you have to, I just still don't understand. There are people coming here from Jersey, underground, and arriving here on the PATH train from Jersey, I'm not sure about that. I guess you could ask Senator Booker or Governor Murphy how you get from, I don't know exactly. I'm not sure how you get from, I'm just not sure how you get from, I'm just not sure how you, I just know how that works exactly. How you get from New Jersey, or New Jersey at all, how you get into Manhattan. I know you have to be on a train, underground. I really don't. I sort of took a train that way once. I did make it over to the airport, to Liberty Airport, I got, to make an inquiry kind of a thing. Well, that was a long trip, it took a long time just to get to the airport by train. Usually you take a car. Now I'm taking a car there. I took a car from LaGuardia to Newark Liberty because I was taking a flight out to see a friend in South Carolina, I guess I don't know if it was November 2020 or November 21. Maybe it was November 21. Maybe. Yeah, I think November 21. Or maybe November 2020. A friend of mine I'd known that met at Columbia University. I went to see her for Thanksgiving in South Carolina. Well, Myrtle Beach, I guess. So I had a flight that was supposed to go from LaGuardia to Myrtle Beach. I missed the flight, so I took an Uber, paid the Uber, and they drove me from LaGuardia all the way to Newark. Pulled up in Newark and got out. Booked a plane all the way, got on, paid for all that, and got there and got on a plane at Newark, Liberty, and went to Myrtle Beach for Thanksgiving in 2020 and stayed there for several days with my friend. Well, at her family's place, which was really nice, and we went all around Myrtle Beach. Oh yeah, her and I walked, observed just, just how vibrant it was, In 2020 November, it was just a hopping play. It was really busy. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Let's go golfing. Oh yeah, it was packed. It was just, oh gosh. I said, my God. I saw my friend. I said, well, why are you here? Why are you? I know you're here for the holiday thing, your family, and thanks for having me come down. But I'm like, wow. Gee whiz. Why? It's so hopping and busy here. Well, I said, I'm glad you invited me down. And I went to all this expense. Because, why? Compared to how busy it was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, I guess, or whatever, at Thanksgiving time. I said, well, gosh, thank you very much. Why, this is so busy here compared to New York City, Times Square. Why, Times Square is a ghost town compared to this busy place for the holiday. I guess everybody went down there. Everybody from New York, I guess. Well, I don't know. Well, what's your, Thanksgiving memory book story in your scrapbook or your place that, on Facebook, Precious Memory, Family, Facebook, Instagram, you make a little thing of your. Well, I don't bother with that shit, but I can't wait to see yours. Well, why don't we compare Thanksgiving stories? Like, why don't we all just get some marshmallows and some wiener dogs and take some pieces, sticks that you break off and just put a wiener dog and marshmallows and make a bonfire. Fall's coming. I think we can get a permit to do that, maybe. Yeah, we have to go find some, I guess, woods somewhere where you could, I don't know. Do they have any hay anywhere? I mean, can we get a hay wagon and get a tractor and bales of hay and do the whole thing? Just like I did all the time. Well, I could plan it all out and make a list of the things that we need. A tractor and that and a wagon and a thing on the back, like where you put hay on. And we need so many bales of hay and the bales are a certain way and they would be baled properly and all the listings of that. And then we'll have to go and say, if you can find him, oh, Eric, the mayor of the city of New York. Oh, Eric, are you busy? We'd like to have a little, Octoberish kind of thing. Can you find a place in the city where we can we get a permit to do that in Times Square? Or is there an appropriate place anywhere at Central Park or some park or the top of a parking garage if a bus didn't fall in? Or, well, do you have a place down below where we can build a bonfire? Or can we put it at the top of Hudson Yards building? Or can we put it Battery Park? Or can we put it in Jerry Silverstein's building, the one downtown? Or can we do it at the convention center at Javits? Or, I mean, is there any place that we could just do that? How about a demonstration where we just pretend that we're doing it and we're really not, just so people can see in New York and have some chickens and a Future Farmer America thing and a 4-H thing, like a historical thing, like it's all pretend, but we could if you want, Eric. If you're into technology, now I said I know you made a big deal that you will take your first check for mayor as cryptocurrency, and that was real popular back then, I guess, in 2021 when you were running for mayor. Well, I don't know what you're doing now, but since you're into technology, can you call like Elon Musk or somebody at Google or some technology place then and advance me some cryptocurrency? So I can go out and buy these things. I'll receipt it all, keep track of it. Crypto way, or way that is. Oh, I think I can handle that. Maybe you can just transfer some of your crypto account, the mayor of the city of New York, somebody. Or maybe Mr. Landry, the comptroller. Okay, Mr. Landry? Isn't he a Jewish guy that's the comptroller that was running for mayor? Well, maybe I can go see Mr. Landry. The Jew. Well, Landry the Jew. Surely to God he can. I don't know how Jews keep track of cryptocurrency. just don't usually go to crepes to. I don't know how that works. Well, I'm a bean counter guy, but I mean, how do you stack that up? I mean, how do you know? I mean, how do you know if you have any money or not? I mean, does anybody have? Well, my bank doesn't even have a machine that you can dump coin in that swirls it around. Count that. They don't have one of those. And they don't have a machine that sits there separately that you put bills into. It goes and counts them. And all the money comes out of some other machine that's below the counter. You see how much it comes out, and they hand it to you. I mean, is the machine right under the counter? Is that printing the money too? Or, I mean, I'm not real sure. And lots of businesses, bodegas. There's 50,000 of these supposedly in New York City. They don't seem to have a lot of pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, and I've never seen a $50, and I went and asked for a dollar coin. I did get some $2 bills from Chase over here at the corner one time, and I asked somebody again, they didn't have any. I don't want to embarrass anybody. I wouldn't think I'm queer or something, because I'm asking for a queer $2 bill. I mean, you just gotta be careful around there. Now, there is Thomas Jefferson on there, and I'm not saying he was queer, but I did hear that he married a black woman. He was married to a black woman, Thomas Jefferson. Well, that don't play well in New York. We're not into that, you know. A white, I mean, which one was white or black? I mean, but we're not so much into Jefferson here because of race issues, you know. We're not racist. I'm not against man or woman. I mean, well, were the babies mulatto babies or mulatto? Was Thomas Jefferson, or did he and Hamilton come here from the islands or something, or the Caribbean thing? I mean, was Thomas Jefferson and his whole family, were they all Caribbean people, from island people or something? Or, I mean, well, I've heard of George and Martha, but well, George's monument looks like something out of fucking Egypt to me, and they have one of those over there in the Catholic Church over there. So, I mean, I don't know George Washington, but I mean, well, where was he from? I mean, where did he come from? I mean, I know he appeared here, or something. They got a needle down there, a needle, an obelisk, a big tall obelisk thing. I mean, where was he from? I mean, is his hometown bumfuck Egypt town, or Martha, or? Well, Ben Franklin, I heard, was a whoremonger, running around France, having sex with everybody and everything. Was he a pedophile, or was he a homosexual person? Did he have a wife? Ben Franklin. Was he married? Well, Ben Franklin, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. I know Alexander Hamilton is a bastard from the islands. Well, I already know he's an islander man. I don't know which white or black or why he's a bastard or whatever. I don't know. It means they don't know who his mom and dad is. But he was on the $10 bill, and he was the first, I guess, Secretary for the Treasury. I guess Washington put that together somehow. And was Washington from the Bahamas too, or Trinidad and Tobago? Or is this why people from the islands seem to be flooding in here? Well, they're nice people today. I mean, if George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and, well, Alexander Hamilton, definitely. Well, there's a guy named Lin-Manuel Miranda who did a big Broadway thing. It was very popular. They just loved it, the way he interpreted all that. Well, his name is Lin-Manuel Miranda, so I guess he's a Puerto Rican islander person. So Lin-Manuel Miranda is from the islands. Well, Puerto Rico is not a state of the United States. No, it's a commonwealth. I don't know what that means, but it's not part of the United States. I mean, Puerto Rico is not a state of the 50. It's called a commonwealth. I mean, I don't know who it's common to and what wealth they have, but I mean, it's not part of the United States. I mean, it just isn't. I mean, it's not. It's called a Commonwealth. Well, Pennsylvania's called a Commonwealth too. I mean, Pennsylvania. I mean, Quakers, or Dutch, I guess, or what? Does the Netherlands or Denmark or the Dutch? I don't know the Quaker people. I don't know. Well, I've been with those people. Brotherly love people, whatever the brotherly love. Philadelphia, philo, kinds of love. Eros love, philo love. The different kinds of love in Latin words. Well, that's definitely a Latin thing. Philadelphia, I mean, that's a Latin thing. I mean, the Quaker Oats. I mean, they still call it the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, don't they? I mean, isn't Massachusetts a Commonwealth too? Or isn't it called a Commonwealth state? I think so. I mean, well, that's Pennsylvania. Well, what about Virginia? Well, Virginia concluded all West too. I mean, I don't know who hacked up Virginia. I know there's cigarettes called Virginia Slim. I mean, we're not going to slim Virginia by hacking off West Virginia. Is West Virginia part of 13 things or? Now Georgia. Well, that's the last place, but well, there was a person there. One person came, and King George sent, and then there was some other people came, and there's a problem down there, and some people that were first came went back over there, and then they didn't come back, and then the people who came over there second then ended up running the place, and I don't know if they're renegades. I mean, I don't know what happened down there. I mean, I don't have anything against Georgia, but the peach state. I mean, but I was there for the peach thing, and I don't think they grow peaches. Do they have peach orchards in Georgia? I mean, well, that's a lot of controversy. And Spain's below that. I mean, we know Spain, St. Augustine, 1515, Madrid. I don't know it. It's still there. I don't have Spain and all that either. And that's Georgia. And, well, there's North and South Carolina. I mean, did they carve out Carolina? Carolina. I mean, carve out to make South out of the North. I mean, who did that? I mean, who designed that little line? Well, above that is, well, that's the North. Above that is, well, Tennessee. Well, but Tennessee's at the end of North Carolina. It goes straight across there, and that's Tennessee. And, well, is that all below the, well, Mason-Dixon? Oh, I don't know who Mason is or Dixon. Mason-Dixon line, and, well, Civil War thing, and that's about the same time that Europe's having a problem with the Holy Roman Emperor thing, and that's the thing, and I just don't know how that European thing worked out. But, well, I'm just talking. I mean, it's not controversial, anything I'm saying. I know this. We had Divinity, a candy thing that my auntie would make for Christmas, and that's it. So, well, Divinity is not divine. No, I outmade it. But neither does it take a divinin rods to rods you hang in your hand and walk around the land to do something, to know something. So you can't divine divinity or divinely divide or make lines that are straight across the whole country. I don't know how you do that, how you go up the mountain, down the side. And I'm just sort of, it seems to be a bit of an issue, at least today, and since I've been here since October 15th. This is the day of the lease, but I came here in September 2021, so I know it's about 4 years, really, but I've had to appear to, because people want to evict me, or not evict me, but say I owe money. as a way to get me out of this space I have when I have a government program that pays for everything. Well, I don't. Sometimes I don't feel welcomed or unwelcomed or like that, but I mean, I don't understand how it works here in New York either. I mean, but I think I've got the groove of it now. Groovy, and I'm in the groove about being groovy about me and my place, and I'm all set. Oh, I'm set good. Yeah. But getting back to Cuomo. Okay, Cuomo. Oh, that. Oh. Cuomo. Oh, yeah. Cuomo. Oh, that's real Italian sounding. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Well, I mean, we had families like Eppolito, Mr. and Mrs. Eppolito, or some Italians that live in my town. I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Eppolito, and the banker in charge of the bank, his name was Hypo, Mr. Hypo, who lived in town, was the president of Abington Bank and Trust, Mr. Hypo. Now, my grandmother Ward introduced me to Mr. Hypo when she taught me how to have a checking account. Well, my grandmother Harriet didn't. Well, she didn't do any of those things. I mean, I never knew her to go into any bank, let alone Abington Bank or any other bank. I mean, I know she has money. I mean, of course she does. I never even knew her to write a check or have a checkbook. I never saw her put out a checkbook and write out a check and hand to anybody either. I can't say I ever saw her handle money. No, I didn't go with her. I never went with her. She had a little job up at a store called Gamble's. They had furniture and things. People would come in, and she worked there. At the store, you go in and, well, talk to her, I guess. I mean, I saw her there when I would be uptown. I'd stop by and say, "Hi, Granny." Okay, whatever. Oh, yeah. Just maybe a minute. I mean, not all the time. I mean, I had money. I'd go to the Ben Franklin store and buy little things for me, models and things like that of a few places, and go home. And maybe I'd stop by, but mostly not. I mean, that's just not really. I mean, wouldn't bother my grandmother while she was working in the store. I'd have no reason to do that. Because I'd go to the store and buy what I bought and go home and do what I did. I'm going to say, I don't know. I don't know. That was a pretty big store. It was a floor and a basement and other floors above. I didn't ride with her. Every now and then, I don't know. Some come up and, maybe my mother was in there with me and we'd stop. And maybe Granny would, in the elevator, close the door thing. And there was one at the back and go up and look around. Oh, okay, come out and whatever. I don't know. Once, I don't know. Well, she did that. Everybody worked. Had jobs. Everybody had a place to do it. I guess. I don't know. We didn't think about those things. We really didn't. No. We didn't have any conversations about what? What did we talk about? ABC, CBS, NBC, 30 minutes in the evening. That's it. And the Galesburg Registered Mail and the Abington Argus, that's the two papers. And they printed the Registered Mail in Galesburg. They printed it there. Brought it in, and people in the town, a paper boy or girl would deliver that in the afternoon. In the afternoon, it would come out, and they'd be in a little truck and drive down the avenue, and somehow come down, and somehow some kids knew where to go to deliver paper. I had friends that did the paper thing too. I didn't do the paper thing, but so they did. They would throw it up on the porch and they'd get it. And they'd go on the porch in the afternoon. I'd come from school and then I'd get to that. Well, I'd get the mail out of the box and bring it in the house and set it over there for my grandmother or whatever. Because the paper was for her. I mean, the paper's not for me to read and be folded and all that stuff and rubber band. Yeah. They'd be on the porch, And that paper person would come and collect once a month or whenever they came. Now I think my grandmother would give me some money when it was time for that. Maybe she would. To pay the person that came to the door. To collecting for the newspaper thing. Well, they knock on the door. Somebody knocking, I go answer the door. My grandmother didn't get up and go answer the door. My grandmother's sitting in the living room. What do you mean, get up and... what? No doorbell. I mean, somebody knock on the door. My grandmother's going to be sitting there. She's going to get up and... what? I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. She never mentioned to me. Now I know some people with... she did sell Avon or stuff, and she did have to sell Avon. We had things in the house with that, and I don't know how that worked, but we had those little books for Avon. She ran that little... she had a little thing she did with that. I don't know how that works. Well, she did that, and I don't know. She didn't drive. She didn't have a driver's license. Well, we didn't have a car. No, my grandfather's car, which was her car, sat in the garage out back. I guess when he died, he drove it in there, came out of that, and then never moved again. Because he drove, sat in the garage. Because she didn't drive or have a license. It sat there my whole life, basically, until I moved, and we had to get rid of that. Well, she would go out the back door of the house. And she'd go out the back door. Maybe she would go out the front door of the house when somebody came to pick her up, when she was going somewhere. They'd come pick her up and go out and get in the car and go out the front door. And she went into the backyard. Well, she would go out the back side door and go in the backyard, maybe walk around the house, but walk around that and something like that. If we was outside, we'd be the people next door and sitting lawn chairs out there. Well, I would snap beans with them, and they had a garden. Well, we didn't have a garden, but they had a garden. And we'd sit there and visit with them. Well, my grandmother would visit with those two people, and I would too, and I'd break beans and stuff with them, and they had a garden and stuff. And she was sat there too, and they would visit. I don't know what they talked about. I don't know what we talked about. It was all, I don't know. That was during the summertime. Not in the wintertime. In the wintertime, you're in the house. I had shoes, and I had boots. There's rubber boots. There's a size to your shoe, and you pull the rubber boots on. They had little clamps, and you clamp that up, and then for the snow, You get to school, and you take those rubber boots off, and you got your shoes on. They're hard shoes. Not tennis shoes in there. No. And shoes are laced up, and you tied them on and stuff like that. And put those boots on, and you had to wear that. Now, my grandmother would be like, around in the mornings, we were getting ready, and she'd say, you had to come downstairs all ready, dressed. You had to be dressed, you put your shoes on from downstairs somewhere, and put your shoes on, to put your galosha thing on, and then your coat, and a coat, and if it was raining, I had one of those yellow things you put on over that. That had metal clasp on it. You clasp that up with metal too, and put clothes on under there, and all that, and you'd be ready to go in the snow, and if it was raining, you did that too, to go to school, and everybody did that. And we got to school, and you hang all that stuff up, and the closet, and then you go home. I don't know what kind of school people have wherever in New York, or they call them PS something or other place. I guess there's so many people here, because PS, a number, there's a lot of schools, I guess, a number of them, I guess. I just don't know. I just don't really understand, because I didn't come out here till August of 1990. I lived out there my whole life in St. Louis. I didn't come out here at all till 1990. No, I don't know anything about this place. Well, not at all. Not at all. So, well, I guess I missed the memo along the way. Well, they didn't teach me that in grade school. when we learned about the states, and everything. These are the 50 states, 50 capitals. And they didn't mention anything about, visas and PS things and immigrants and black and white marriage things and homosexuality or bestiality or invasions or things or trade things. I only know what Walter Cronkite talked about for 30 minutes, Monday through Friday, because he wasn't on a Saturday and Sunday. That was good enough, and what was in the register mail. There was a Peoria paper, too. We didn't have that. We're not from Peoria. If you lived in Peoria, you would read the Peoria paper, but we're not from Peoria, so we don't read the Peoria paper. There'd be no reason to read that newspaper over there. What would they have in that paper that have anything to do with Abingdon? What would they have anything to say in the New York Times that have anything to do with Abingdon? I don't think at all. So I don't really care that I can't go here in New York and get a New York Times. No, I don't think there's anything in there that I need to read. I grew up my whole life, including when I came here, I never read the New York Times. Never. I don't pay money for it. What are you talking about? I'm in New York. It's New York Times. I am New York. Having the time of my life. I don't understand. The time of my lifetime life. Anyway, 51 minutes, but, I'm getting ready to go to Manhattan. But this is my life today. This is how they lived in New York all these times. They have these devices things. Like I'm using right now, this thing, whatever, this thing. I don't know. I have no idea what they have in New York. I don't know what they do here. I don't know what's fun for them. Entertaining. I guess there's entertainment somewhere. They seem to be very secretive and private about their lives. I don't know where they go. I don't see any flyers or things that say, come here for a beer busting belly drinking time, or I don't see anything listings that say PTA or come to this thing, or I don't know where the children are. I go by school buildings around my neighborhood, and during the day, and there's no kids there. I don't know where the children are. I don't know where the children are here. I really don't know. I walk by these buildings, there are PS on them, and there's no kids or teachers there. I don't know where they are. It's not my business. I don't pay taxes for school education, but, they do have a chancellor of education and a big education thing, I think. I remember, wasn't Larry Arnn, or wasn't there some people? Duncan, people that I remember from Obama and, I heard that Mario Cuomo, if he's the Mario, I don't know, just Governor Cuomo. I don't want to say Mario Brothers, Mike, and it just sounds too like a game, Mario Brother game. I don't mean disrespect, but Mario Brothers, and it's really, I know where I live in New London, there was a house where they said that the man that lived there was the inventor, had the patent to Atari. I don't know, that's what they said. I was just saying, I never met a man, Atari. I lived in New London. Old wives' tales, witches' brew, and Eye of Newt Ginger's eye, and, Harry Potter and magic shit, and maybe that's here, I don't know. They said it's in Orlando. They had a place in Epcot Center, and you eat apricots at Epcot. I just don't know. I did go to Disneyland in California in, let me say, I worked at Foxwoods Resort Casino in Ledyard, Connecticut. I was working there on 9/11, 2001, when the towers came down. I sat on my bed in my room at Dot's house on Hedge Avenue in my bed and turned on the television, saw that on cable TV that came on a cable to the house where I was at. Well, I remember when DSL service came to the house, because before that we had a thing that would dial up, the phone line thing, and separate. Well, that's why I got a computer through Southern New England Telephone, SNET, which is in New Haven, had a big building with communication things on the top, and then people satellites, and that was Southern New England Telephone. That's Ma Bell and the Baby Bells. The Baby Bells, Ma Bell and the Baby Bells. Well, SNET, Southern New England Telephone, was. But we had that thing in New London, a building. It was a telephone building that was AT&T too, and had a thing, and on top of that was some big things that point away where microwaves communicate somehow, I guess. I mean, Lucille Showalter Hatfield told me, but she remembered when that building went up one day. She said, "Oh, one day that thing just went on the top of this building." So I said, "Okay, Lucille. Oh, all right." So it just appeared one day. Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, I just seem to be in places where things appear. I mean, I got a computer when I lived on 29 Hedge Avenue because the service came to the town, I guess. Yeah, to Norwich. Not just us. I mean, no one else but you. I mean, on the street of Sin, we ordered the computer through the phone place, Southern New England Telephone. Ordered that. I ordered that in my name, for my address. Well, my mom had that stuff too. But I had the computer in my house. She'd come over there and use it, and I'd put it on my desk. And well, I remember they had some program I would use to design websites and make little websites too, right on that computer too. I mean, it was very tedious to do all that, but I did all that then too. And well, they had computers at my college. And when I started there on September 1st of 1982, they had a computer lab. The thing went in there, and people could do that thing too. And they did science things there too, and everything, accounting and all those things. I mean, at college, they did, and all that. But it was 82. It was there. But there was a building with some 8 by tables that you fold the legs out under them, and you set computers on top of there, and you'd sit there and they'd teach classes for that. I did take one of those, but I had a computer in my, there was a person in my dormitory my second year in Miller Hall that I had a telephone in Miller Hall that I called the phone company myself in Columbia, Missouri, and said, "Oh, phone company, through that, I want a telephone number for here in my room. Is this on?" A person that worked for the telephone put it in. Well, other people had telephones too. But we ordered them, paid for that ourselves. I did that too. And well, I went to school. Some people came and from the bank downtown, and we're there and opened up checking accounts. I got a checking account there. Well, maybe I don't know if that was the first one. Maybe I had my name. I had a passbook savings account in my little town where you had the bank where you banked, and the other building was a home savings and loan that loaned money for homes, and you could have a passbook savings account, meaning you take cash in there and you have your passbook thing, and you go to the person's account and you give them the cash, and they write that down in your little passbook thing, and they stamp it in, and you take that out with you, and you put money in there, and you take money out. A savings account like that, passbook savings account. Well, the bank was a bank where you do checking. Well, my grandmother Ward had that. I'm sure my grandmother didn't do, but that's checking. Well, businesses did that. Well, the business people didn't go to this home saving and loan because that's for home saving and loan and passbook. Well, they did the checking with Mr. Eichel. Business checking thing. You could write a check. My grandfather did the grocery shopping. For my grandmother. My grandmother Ward. Well, I never went with her to a grocery store. Maybe I did. Well, for her, my grandfather did the groceries. I mean, I would go with him. Well, my mother and I, my brother would go to the grocery store together and buy groceries, and my brother and I would help. Well, we would carry the groceries to the car if we needed to, but they would have high school age people that would work there, and they would bag groceries and things. Well, I remember they had one kind of counter where they bag groceries there, one way, where you go straight through the line, and then they got another set up there where you put the cart in, and it goes to some different kind of style of cart thing or whatever. I mean, I don't know. That's just my real experience. I mean, I don't know what you do anywhere else. I mean, and then I lived in Illinois, had a driver's license issued in Illinois, because I had driver's education. But before I got my driver's license issued to me, I had to go to a Social Security office in Abingdon and say, I need a Social Security card because I'm going to get a driver's license. Because I guess you had to have that for a driver's license. So I did that. That's when I got my Social Security card for the first time. I mean, I guess. I mean, yeah. I don't say it. I don't know. I mean, well, today, I mean, even my own nephews, like my sister-in-law, my brother, the kids are born. I don't know. People have to get Social Security numbers before they take their babies out of hospitals or something. I mean, I'm just sort of like, really? Okay, whatever it is. I did registration at Becca's Hospital when I first moved out there in the 90s and sat there counting people who come in. Oh, hi. You're here to see. Oh, they give me the thing from the doctor, and I set the computer and type it in, print out thing, and say, oh, here, go see the doctor. I mean, it's just a job I had for a little bit till I got my job as through the state civil service as an investigator for the Connecticut Commission on Human Rights. Well, then that took a while to move and not know anybody. But my mother had a job at Becca's Hospital. Well, I had to go interview and get a job and see people and do all that. I mean, and then I got that job. I mean, I could walk there, but then I got a car from somebody there and I had to pay them. And that's just how life is, I guess. I don't know. I had a bank account that I opened at Chelsea Groton Savings Bank. I did when I was in Norwich on July 4th, 2025. Well, on the 4th, and on Saturday, the next day, on the 5th, I went to Chelsea Groton Bank on Down Street, or West Down Street. I went to the bank and saw the banker there. Got some information from that banker about my bank account that I had there and stuff like that. And I had all that, and I got that in an envelope here. Sealed in an envelope and signed and dated. So what was in there is in there, and they signed what's in there for it, and I got that envelope in here too. I mean, I don't know why. I just feel like, I don't know. Did I miss a memo? I mean, did somebody issue a little memo or something? Did somebody take a Post-it note thing and put it up somewhere on top of a building in New York City? That little thing says, hereby know this, it's not American, now this is a country and it belongs to somebody else. Or do I have a foreign country? I mean, is this the United States we're here for? Is it an autonomous thing? And I mean, is another nation in charge of here? Do I live in Africa? I mean, am I under the jurisdiction of, I don't know, Tugaloo or Timbuktu or Kathmandu, or is the Pope in charge of here, or Georgie Malone? I mean, I don't know any of these people. I have no idea. I don't. I have no idea. I don't have any idea. I sure couldn't look it up anywhere. Where do I go to look that up? I can't go to the library down Fifth Avenue and go where those lines are and go in there and say, oh, I'm here for... No, this is a research library, they say. You can go up there and look at books. Oh, okay, I went up there and sat there and worked on my laptop. But my laptop's in Florida at the city of West Palm Beach. And I have a little ticket here to collect it from them. My laptop and the other possessions, and I'm sure they're going to still have it, aren't they? When I get a chance to go to Citywide Palm Beach, to have my little ticket to collect my property that they threw out on the ground behind the cop car when they picked me up and I sit inside of a building in a lobby waiting to get a flu shot. When they came in and slammed me to the ground and handcuffed me and put me in a car. And my wheelie I had and things, they literally dumped it on the ground behind the car. And actually said we need a bag from inside the building, brought that out there and gave me a few things. And the rest they took away. They said to the City of West Palm Beach Police Department, but by the time I got out of jail, that all happened on Thanksgiving Day, 2024. Thanksgiving Day 2024. That's coming right up 1 year. Yeah, because I was in the City of West Palm Beach on Thanksgiving Day 2024. And I didn't get back to then Patrick Moynihan Train Pavilion because I was on a train, a train, till July 10th. So from Sunday, November 3rd, when I left here on the train on track to D.C., I didn't get back here to the train, I guess, or bus. I can't remember if it was bus or train. I think bus. I ended up by bus. By bus. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I left Atlanta, Georgia, at the bus terminal for Greyhound, and I know where that is really well in Atlanta, where the bus terminal in Atlanta is for Greyhound. Oh, I know where that is. I do know where the Amtrak is in Atlanta because I did walk by there and see it. I did see it and went in there. Well, I didn't buy a ticket to ride the train because I didn't have any money to buy a ticket. So I hung around in Atlanta. Was at the Baptist Mission and slept there and waited in line to get in there with a bedroll and stuff and a few possessions I had then still. Some I had possessions there too, but they still have possessions in Florida. I don't know where the other possessions have that I came with. I don't know exactly, but I still have possessions there. I had to tow those around in a little two-wheelie thing, and the two-wheelie thing I have in my house is, I guess, the same one that somehow made it all that way, but I don't know, I just can't remember all those little details. Well, there's a lot of explaining to do. A lot of explaining. The governor of Georgia, the mayor of Atlanta, the senator of Georgia, and the representatives of Georgia, including, that one vocal one, that woman from Georgia. She has 3 letters she goes by. MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, yeah. I'm sure she'd love to talk to me, I guess. If she could just make it to Brooklyn. Or I could find her. I don't know where she is. I see her on TV sometimes. I don't know where she is. But I guess I'm so excited. The congressional delegation, all of them from Georgia, and Governor Ron DeSantis, and Sheriff Bradshaw of Palm Beach County, and Sheriff, whatever his name or her name is, for Brevard County, where NASA is located in Titusville, that sheriff. And there, the county board of commissioners who are elected. I'd like to talk to them. And, the authority that is over the land where Walt Disney World is located, and the current chairman and chief executive officer of whatever corporation owns Disney World, because I was at Orlando Airport and bought items that are Disney things that I know Disney's has. So I want to speak to Mr. Eisner, or whoever's the chairman and CEO of the bank, or the person who is the single largest shareholder, and a list of the shareholders, which is public information by class of stock. And if it's Berkshire Hathaway, then I'm going to speak to him, the man who has the majority shares of Berkshire Hathaway from Omaha. I'd like to speak to him, please, because he has a majority shareholder of Coca-Cola, which is in Atlanta. I'd like to speak to him, please, when he was available. I wouldn't want to make him, I know he's a very busy man, he's got a lot of responsibilities, keeping track of all that money he has. No, all the shares of stock that he owns in a corporation called Berkshire Hathaway. That is a company that bought and owns shares in other companies. Companies whose shares are owned by a company called Berkshire Hathaway. And then that guy, him, owns them, a certain number of shares, I guess, or he has the job by board or something. I've never heard them say he's the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. I've never heard anybody say that. I've never heard him make that claim either. So whatever that is, or whoever, does anybody know? Well, it's Berkshire Hathaway. I mean, if it's a company that owns shares of stock that are publicly traded in stocks, and that company owns that, and those stocks are publicly traded, well, then all the stocks that are publicly traded that are stocks owned by that has to be publicly available. If there's stocks that are traded, I don't know who has that, because I can't watch Bloomberg and find out. Mr. Bloomberg, the former mayor of the city of New York, he runs a thing called Bloomberg. And they have financial information, but it's all nothing. I can't get the New York Times. I don't know, that's printed. I live here in New York City. I don't know where I would go to find out factual information about the price of stocks traded. I don't know where you would go to buy them. I don't know where there's a person that manages who can even get access to buy any stock or derivative or divide it or even a portion of anything. Now, I know these instrumentalities of finance, derivatives, and options on derivatives. Now, I know that Christopher Dodd, the senator of Connecticut, and Barney Frank, a Rouse member from Massachusetts, have a bill called the Dodd-Frank bill, because it's Dodd in Connecticut and Frank from Massachusetts. I cannot get a copy of the Dodd-Frank bill. I can't contact Senator Dodd, although I went to his place in Essex where he had congratulatory things for campaign workers. And I was one. They had to park my car somewhere in Essex, Connecticut, and then get a private bus thing that took from where the car was parked with other cars and get on a private thing, and it would come and go to a house on the Connecticut River in Essex and be there and pass around little drinks and things on little plates and napkins and have these things, stuff, and be there with these people, including Christopher Dodd, who was there because he was a senator at the time. So I know Christopher Dodd might not be a senator now, but he knows me personally. I was there. How about Dan Malloy from Stanford, who ran for governor. I was an early supporter of his. Met him, his wife, and his children while in New Haven place. Went to a Special Olympics event, which is the Kennedy family Special Olympics. And I was with Dan Malloy and his wife and his children there, met people. Private events. Where's Dan Malloy at? Where's his wife? Where's his children? Where are they? I know them. Well, I don't care after Dan Malloy. I mean, where is John J. Rowland, congressman from Waterbury, Connecticut, District 6 at the time, who won and became governor of the state of Connecticut in 1994, November? Where's John J. Rowland at? Where is he? I know him personally. Of course I do. I worked in the capital of Connecticut starting on opening day, session January 95. Every day, the whole session, the summer, and the fall, all the next year, clear through the summer, you got paid a check, direct deposit, from the Office of Legislative Management, all summer, all winter, no matter what. There's no business to do up there when they're not in session, which is June of 95. There's no business to do. I got paid. Anyway, direct deposit all year long till the next January of 9 days, 6 or 5 or 4 or 3. What the fuck? I'm telling you right the fuck now. You cannot fuck with me. And I'm a political prisoner here in New York, and you all are talking about me anywhere in the world about negotiating anything, and my name is a part of it. You all will be tortured and killed and maimed and slaughtered and hunted down to the end of time till I die, and I'm not gonna die anytime soon. I don't know who anybody is. I don't give a fuck. Come and get me. Do something. Say something. Be something. Dead. Give a death certificate. Have a bonfire, mortuary, have a party, have a hold down. Have a meeting of Congress. Posted on a fucking sign in Times Square that I could go and read the fucker like a condemnation of a building. Well, do that. Stefanik, Hochul, Adams. Oh, I don't know, you see. You people are just ridiculous. There's no public explanation I can find anywhere available to me in the city of New York on a piece of paper or book explains shit. So, who is zooming? Who's zooming? Who? Before we even had Zoom, I was there at 525 Riverside Drive when Zoom didn't exist. And now it's everywhere. A big, powerful what? Tech giant? No. Fuck you, Zoom. Fuck you, Microsoft. Fuck you, Google. Fuck you, Russian guys at Stanford. Fuck Stanford. Fuck it. Blow it up. Kill Victor David Hanson. He's in Stanford. Kill Larry Arnn, the president of Hillsdale College in Michigan. Well, shall I go to Michigan and Hillsdale and shoot the motherfucker with a Luger? What should I do? Fuck you, Arnn. Fuck you, DeSantis. You were on the Larry Arnn show. The first time you rolled it out on a podcast I saw. You motherfucking deadcore torture dude of Guantanamo. Oh! Well, then lace the hellfire of Khomeini. Put out the Republican God of Iran. Let the masked men and women of ISIS come and slaughter you all tonight. Larry Arnn first, Hillsdale. Merrick Adams, Governor Hochul, Mario Cuomo, his brother Mike, and his fucking dad. Bring them to Times Square. We're going to string them up and put black guys on their head and murder them publicly and broadcast it on our Roku TVs and our iPhones. No, on our A16 phones. I say do it. Don't waste no fucking more time. Because if you don't, they're going to murder Ayatollah Khomeini and the Dalai Lama. I don't give a fuck about Netanyahu. He's nothing. Well, then let the guards of the code come forth wherever you are. If you're in the Senate, member, stab him and kill him. If you're in the House, stab him and kill him. If you're Shapiro, no Jew or Jewish guy, kill Shapiro now and broadcast it on your phone. Post it up. Get it done before Labor Day. The first Monday, well, Wednesday. The 3rd is the 3rd. So I guess Labor Day is the 2nd. If Labor Day is September 2nd, then if you're in maternity wards, well, let the babies be stillborn and no births on September 2nd. Anywhere in the world, we can do without a day of babies being born into this world that's God-forsaken and cursed. We don't need another child to feed. That would be mercy. Let the mother simply know, I'm sorry, your baby is lost today. It didn't be born. And if it's living and healthy and white, and you know it, well, take it away and give it to the Catholics. They'll know what to do. And if it's brown or mulatto, or you don't know who the parents are, guaranteed, then give it to the Catholics. They know what to do. And don't kill a baby. And if you're delivering babies in people's houses, anywhere, well then, it don't matter. Then those babies would be dead. Because if they're born in a house today, then in the 48 states, then that baby needs to be killed. Drown it yourself. Yeah, because it can't have a birth certificate. It can't have any rights in the 48 states. So why birth a baby privately in a house in the 48 states and let it be born into what? What? It can't have a name. It can't have a birth certificate. What? You heard me. What are you going to do about it? It sounds so reasonable when I say it. It's compelling. Just do it. I can't go to a doctor's office and even be seen. The last time I was at East 34th Street to see the doctor, a doctor's from Mount Sinai Hospital, I sat in the waiting room and no one showed up. I'd walk out and say, oh, and make another appointment that I didn't return to. So, if that's my level of medical care, which is a fact, then you can't be having babies here in Mount Sinai Hospital, who I'd been seen exclusively since I arrived, but never been inside of anything. So, Mount Sinai here is Rothschild, because their name's on the fucking door. Well, that's no hospital. My grandmother Ward worked on Seminary Road in Gilbert, Illinois, at a hospital that treated people who did have mental issues, I believe. What she told me and discussed with me, because she was the person who ran the ward, which was a building, administrator over the building, who supervised everything came in and out of her building, and the movement of the patients and everything. Administrator. She was a medical person. She never touched anybody. Just did what she did. So she would tell me what went on. Not in her ward. No, they would come in. And what would happen at the hospital. And it was all attached to the walkways. They had one of those in Norwich as well. They did. That was abandoned. But they had another one too on Asylum Street. That place burned down, they say. Oh, I know where that was, though. That place burned down, they say. I guess people burned up in it when it burned down. And the other place was there when I was there, and Ben Lathrop was the mayor, and they took bids on what to do with the property. They couldn't get anybody to do anything with it. So I guess it is now owned by the tribal council of the Mohegan Tribal Nation. It's the Mohegan Tribal Nation. It's just a tribal council of people who administers it on behalf of the Mohegan Tribal Nation. They don't have to be members of the tribal nation. No, they are people who have a job as a board of directors. Well, Mooey goes standing bare. Or Randy, as adjudicated by a judge of probate in Groton, Connecticut, is the rightful person. His father is in the newspaper riding a horse with big feathers on. Oh, yeah. Tantaquidgeon is a fraud. Samuel Gadenson, who alleges that his parents had numbers on their arms of the Holocaust, I guess. What Holocaust? In Connecticut? No, they're not from the Midwest. They're not from Europe. That's a fraud. Sam Gadenson's still alive. He was a congressman. Where is Sam Gadenson? Well, why don't he meet me at City Hall in Norwich? And when he comes, bring Chris Dodd with him. And bring Joe Courtney as well. They know where it is. They can meet me in the chambers of the city council on the second floor. When they get there, well, call me. 646-299, 6923. Well, I'm in Brooklyn. takes a little while for me to get all the way to Norwich, to the city hall, to the second floor. But when you get there, well, bring Donald Trump the president. Well, other presidents were in Norwich. They were. Is he too good to be the president of the United States of America? To come to Norwich, Connecticut with a former senator, a former congressman, and a current congressman, Joe Courtney. Joe Courtney should be honored. I know where his office is supposed to be in Norwich. Well, Joe Courtney should contact the mayor, Peter Nystrom of Norwich. And Nystrom is in charge of City Hall in that chamber. Well, have Peter's secretary call me. I used to know who she was, a Bonnie somebody. You got my number, 646-299-6923. Well, have Peter Nystrom, the Irishman. Well, if you got a problem, well, have Pope Leo 15, well, get on the, I don't know, a tin can and string from Rome to the St. Patrick Cathedral of the Diocese of Eastern Connecticut, Norwich. Well, just have him get a tin can out. Well, you got to come to Tin Can Alley first to get a piece of tin, and maybe you should go to Norwich and see the Jewish rag man and get some rags first, and then soak those down and make some thread at Palmerall Mill, and then get to Tin Can Alley, and then call the bishop of the St. Patrick Cathedral. Well, before you do that, well, the bishop of St. Patrick Cathedral, well, you need the archdeacon or somebody to go to the little nunnery place, and we'll get a nun with the flying nun habit. We'll have her fly here. Get that. Why not? Why don't you fucking get busy? Do some shit. Because I'm done now. I already said what I said on here, and I'm not responsible for anything. So I don't care how many people they say tomorrow. Well, there's 100,000 men and women dead in Gaza today. Oh my God, too bad. Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu just ordered that every elementary school in Gaza, because they're teaching Islamic Jihad terrorist teachings, to be bombed. Teachers and children, because they're jihadists with radical Hezbollah, Hamas ideology and preaching death to all Israel people in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. And I have it on good sources that in retaliation of what already happened, that the Likud intelligentsia, without Netanyahu's knowledge, went to the Rock of the Dome and blew it up from inside. And they went to paradise. Glory be to the great prophet, the final messenger of Christendom, who brought the Holy Quran to the house of Saud and on Medina and the great mosque. May we all be in paradise today and now and celebrate. Peace be upon him and they, Muhammad, prophet, deliverer, of the Holy Quran, peace be upon all they who seek to redeem themselves in all those, even from the time of the first caliphate to the caliphate today. It is the end of times for caliphate. Glory be, glory be to paradise for all today, and redeem the lives of those who perished in the planes that crashed so valiantly like flaming birds of paradise. Those men of Mecca and Medina who, guided by the future spirit of the son of Bin Laden, the son of Bin Laden, the great builder of the house of Saud, let us build paradise in our minds today and claim the city of New York as the golden place of paradise. It's not fitting for Europe or Russia or islanders or Americans to have this place. Well, I'm sure that who? I'm not wise how, but there is no governor. There is no mayor. Eric Adams is a fictitious thing that appears on TV only. I've never seen a man or her in face-to-face or eye-to-eye. It's a hoax of digitalizationism that is enslaving all those who believe. And the final messenger, peace be upon the final messenger. Peace be upon Muhammad. Peace be on Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. 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 Sake of India. Sake of India. And you will find, why, peace of mind, and free yourself from the scourge of Modi, who has just been holding you down in your ground and caste systems to rise up against Modi today, 2 billion strong in India. He can't hold you back today. I know what he did to your currency and how he lied, and he's still lying on the world stage, so let him lie on a pyre of fire, and I'll get him and bring him to Ganges and bash his body against the fucking rocks. And in all his leadership, murder them all on the rocks of the Ganges. Avenge Gandhi. And for verification purposes, make sure that Mr. Lavrov and Mr. Putin and Xi Jinping can make denials appropriately of the tragedy that didn't occur. But make sure it happens. And that they get the documentation. So that they can say it was all a lie that happened. Because that might be convenient for everybody. Oh well, I'm going to Manhattan. Well, have a great time, everybody, because I'm just living in a fantasy world when none of this is possible. Oh, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. Yeah, lick your clitty titty. Give me a big cock. Oh, come on, Mama. Sit down on me. Come on, Victoria. Lower the big horse penis in my pussy, Victoria. That's our rumors around here. Clean Victoria was a big, no big clit or something. Yeah, that's what they say in America. Yeah, Victoria and her husband, is just nothing. Just awful people. Yeah, I have no respect here in America for anybody or anything, especially people you see on the news. Kill all those people because they're somewhere they don't belong. I don't want to see them on the air. They don't contribute anything to anybody or do nothing to help any person. They just sit on the air and make money and tell lies all day. Why, they don't even tell you what the day it is. They don't start at the broadcast and say, today is, Monday, the certain number of a month, and this is the year, and this is the time. They can't even say that. Oh, they're a lot of good, aren't they? No, they're contributing to the problem of whatever's wrong here. Well, I don't have a problem here. I come and go as I please. Well, so do you, I guess. So go ahead. Well, if you all need to come here, if you can get here, and you're a commander of ISIL or this or anything like that, if there's some place you are in the world that you don't feel safe, well, come here. I'll put you up in Brooklyn. If you're I'm in Times Square, I'll just take your hand and, bring you to Brooklyn then. No problem. Because there's nobody going to do anything to me here. They can't. No, I'm good. And if you're a mafioso family or organized crime, or you run drugs or cocaine or methamphetamine, or you run pills, or you stamp MDMA, if you've been doing that in the shadows in Manhattan or New York, well, no need to be in the shadows, man, because, I can get all the meth, crack, cocaine, whatever you want. Oh, no problem. Well, no need to hide, because I don't have to hide. There's nobody to arrest us. There's no police. There's no military. There's no United Nations people. I don't know who's running the joint, but if I don't know who they are by name and I've met them, then I'm running the joint. The whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, Manhattan. We don't care about the Bronx. No. We'll just commandeer every train and we'll put our people at the front and in the sixth car in the window, and we'll have our thing, and we'll come out and we'll run the train. Because we don't have people to do that, so they need to be accounted for. We'll set up proper areas of jurisdiction for each platform, and a person that escorts people with proper identification that we determine is proper. So you better be part of the inside crowd. Otherwise, you're going to be on the street, walking around. I don't know. Macy's Corporation doesn't run Macy's. CVS doesn't run CVS. Nobody runs. No corporate entity owns any of these stores or puts any goods in them in this Manhattan or Brooklyn. I know that. Because if a major corporation had that, they'd be sued off their fucking ass. Well, they don't. They're not traded on the stock exchange. And if these corporations are held in London, which I think they are, well, good. Well, let Queen Elizabeth II or King Charles III get some fucking cock or balls or something and stand up and go to Parliament, the House of Lords, or someplace public and stand publicly and be king and rule publicly and make the BBC blasted net around the world and ensure that all British subjects and all those who are under the jurisdiction and protection of Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, that we get what we're due. Well, I know I'm due that. I am a son of everything I've said, and last reason, the Royal Colony of Connecticut. It is. On the name of my grandfathers, John Mason and the Reverend Finch, for God's sakes. We ought to save not only me, I say God save the Queen. Well, how can God save the Queen if the Queen can't effectuate even me? A son of a literal lineage son, generation to generation to generation. And on the signed list of 99 proprietors of Nova Scotia. If you can't save me, then fuck the Queen and the royal family. You have no power, and you're all imposters then. Get the fuck out of Buckingham Palace. And let the common people of England come and just string you all up and murder you publicly then. I don't know. There's no choices here. You either are what you are or you're not. That's how I speak. You know, I do this every day over here, and I know people know I'm here. But nobody will speak to me. I can't find a British consulate in New York. Where's the British? Where's the British consulate? Where's it at New York? Where's the British mission to the United Nations? Well, is not Great Britain still have a seat on the Security Council of the United Nations? Well, maybe it doesn't exist. Well, please. Well, good. Well, good. Why don't you go get a Cockney two-bit actor person from over the river to get up and say, well, I'm here to tell you now, Cockney, that, well, the king and queen are dead, and they've been for a while, and, well, we just, whatever, and say that the Cockney accented people are, that we don't need. My fair lady, because there are no ladies and gentlemen, Spencer's, Diana, that's all a lie. Elton John must be a lie. If Harry or William can't do something to save anybody and talk about publicly, then that's all a charade. All that's a charade. Marching the people in the hats down somewhere. I swear to God, I think they're here marching them in Central Park. I mean, I don't know why, but I don't believe Q was dead, but maybe she is. And I'm just sick of all of it. And I can say what the fuck I want. Because I'm going to turn this off and get up and go into Manhattan, go to Times Square. I'll take pictures of me going all the way. I'll put those up too. And I'll say all these foul-mouthed fucking things. I'll stand in Times Square and say, God, suck my cock! Oh, Prince William. Well, come on, Prince William. Take out my cock, put it in your mouth, and I'll put a Prince Albert in first, and so you could suck Prince Albert's on the end of my big cock. You fucking fraud. Run around in stupid costumes like you're some I don't know, it's ridiculous. There can't be an RAF, or there is no royal. There can't possibly be. Where are you? Well, I heard that you were all together bombing the fuck out of Iraq and place. Well, maybe they came and killed you already. I'm living a dream. I mean, I really don't know. I'm sick of it. Oh, I'm really all through and through. I'm through and through with all of it. Oh, I am. Oh, but I'm just an actor on a stage. I'm an actor on a stage. Just call me Kierkegaard. The philosophies of Kierkegaard, actors on a stage and all these things. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. Well, just call me Sirhan. Yeah, Robert Kennedy, you're a fraud. You're not real. Well, I'm Sirhan. I still have your brother, Robert F., right here in my fucking closet. Tortured him every day. Yeah, your brother. I got your Uncle John, too. Now that fucking booze, whiskey running liar, and your grandfather.